Hi guys, hope everyone's doing well. Today I'm going to be discussing why I think Milsim communities on console are really difficult to do and why sometimes they don't always work. So for me, one of the main issues for Milsim on consoles or military roleplays, whichever way you want to sort of put it, is a big issue is to do with the games that we have on console. Now if you look on PC, a lot of the guys who do all this Milsim stuff have games like Squad, Armour, Postscriptum, other sort of more realistic shooters, simulation, like almost simulation type shooters. They're really, as realistic as they come. And on console we just don't really have that. Obviously we have the sort of Ghost Recon Wildlands, which again it looks nice and stuff, but it doesn't play very nice. It's not very simulation like. It doesn't matter how much effort you try putting in getting uniforms right and weapons right and things. The game seems to fuck you up with dodgy AI and stuff, and it just doesn't seem to work. But we've also got other games, we've got DayZ. I know people have sort of talked about doing RPs on there, and it is possible, but again, it's not easy because you have to buy your own server, you have to sort of sort that server out and things, then you have to get the people on to do it, and basically I just find the games that we have on console make it very difficult for Milsim. And to sort of further this argument, I think the sort of word I'm looking at is adaptability. Now, on PC with the sort of the allowance for mods and other things on within sort of games like Armour and things like that, it allows for the game to be adaptable to different parts of Milsim and military roleplays, so you can have different factions or nations, for example, different weapons, and guys can constantly create that stuff and upload it onto the game. And with console we just don't have that adaptability within the games that we have, and it just doesn't make Milsim or military roleplays smooth, and in essence they don't work. And so my second point to this argument that Milsim or military roleplays are very difficult to do on console is the people that you find. Now I know on PC there's a sort of a more mature base of gamers on there. Now obviously you still get your dickheads on PC just like you do on console, but I find at least from what I can tell, there's a lot more sane people maybe that play PC, or more mature players, and that might be down to the prices of PCs and things like that, and obviously that makes sense. Now in the entire time I've been gaming for, and I've been interested in doing all this sort of Milsim and military RP things, from all the way from like the PS2 days up until currently with the PlayStation 4 and things, I think I've only found probably only two communities that have ever been able to do it right. And one of those communities, it was a Battlefield 4 one, went downhill pretty quickly, just because again it was a few guys who ruined it for everyone. And what it seems to be is it's like a maturity thing. It's all about, can people sort of follow a certain command structure that the people have set in this community, and often they can't, and it's a real shame, because again it seems to be a small handful of players that seem to ruin it for everyone. And in particular what I find from my experience from going from community to community is that it's often sort of younger kids who come in sort of with an attitude that they seem to know everything, or that they are in charge, or that they can just get away without doing whatever they want basically, and it's just a bit shit, and it's unfair on the others. It's unfair especially on the guys who have set the community up again with that command structure that is made to be followed. And I think on the back of this point is, when people are getting out of line within these communities and you tell them, they're not following that command structure, and you're saying, look, you need to calm down here, you need to follow this, they don't like it. A lot of these people don't like that, and it's immature, and because of that sort of immaturity that they're showing, it's ruined the experience for everyone else. And it's why I think a lot of Milsims and communities don't work, because people haven't got the balls to say, look, you're out of order here, you're doing it wrong. They just let people get away with doing whatever the fuck they want, and it just doesn't work. And it's a shame really, because there's a lot of communities that have a lot of potential to do well, but they just don't, because they let sort of kids do whatever the fuck they want, scream and run around and sort of ramble about, and it is a shame. It is a real shame. And out of all the points I've made in this video, the people one, so the one on trying to get the right guys, I think annoys me the most, because dealing with them it just feels like an impossible task sometimes. It feels like you're arguing with just stupid, and you can't argue with stupid, it's impossible. So but anyway, I'd like to hear everyone's opinions. I know that might have rattled a few cages, some people might be a bit pissed off, some people might agree. As usual, I'll answer any comments and stuff, and thanks for watching. Cheers.